You should okay, very good. Okay, thank you. So we'll continue our discussion, and I will explain. So I was explaining about why Krishna did not kill when Draupadi was being dishonored. So when Duryodhana tried to capture, if Krishna had killed, Krishna would have killed only few. But Krishna had a bigger plan to kill all in the Kurukshetra. Similarly, Jarasandha attacked Mathura 17 times. If Krishna and Balram are so powerful, why not just kill Jarasandha when he's coming to attack Krishna and Balram? Because Krishna was thinking that Jarasandha will bring all these demoniac kings again and again, and we, Krishna, Balram, we are sitting.
Recording is
Are you all able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Yes,
sorry.
Prabhuji.
The internet got connected again. There was a electricity fluctuation because of which the internet got broken. Sorry. So I will continue my conversation again. Krishna has a bigger plan that Jarasandha attacked Mathura 17 times. So Krishna and Balram are thinking that Jarasandha will bring all these demoniac kings again and again, and we, Krishna and Balram, sitting in one place, will execute our plan of killing so many demoniac people. And in the purport, in the last paragraph, Prabhupada explains that Krishna's plan was to make Arjuna the hero. Mother Jija, if you want to read verse number 43, purport, last paragraph.
The Lord always wants to see his devotee as the hero of some episode which he himself performs. He wanted to see his devotee and friend Arjuna as the hero of the battle of Kurukshetra, and thus he waited for all the miscreants of the world to assemble. That and nothing else is the explanation of his waiting. Hare Krishna.
Okay, very good. Everybody on the same page that why Krishna did not kill the Kauravas before the Kurukshetra war?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, let's finish the last two verses, and then I want to also cover one verse from chapter 4. Uncle, if you want to read verse number 44 translation.
The appearance of the Lord is manifested for annihilation of the upstarts. His activities are transcendental and are enacted for the understanding of all persons. Otherwise, since the Lord is transcendental to all material modes, what purpose could he serve by coming to the earth? Hare Krishna.
Okay, so when Krishna appears, even Karmi and Jnani all are benefited by his actions. All devotees of Krishna come to this world to help everyone. So people do not understand how Krishna is helping. Karmi, the fruitative workers or Jnanis, Krishna is anyway taking care of his devotees and everybody else also. Krishna's activities are to attract ordinary people to Krishna. So when Krishna descends to earth, all his actions are benefiting everyone. It's the annihilating the demoniac people is a secondary purpose. Okay, the last verse for this chapter. Okay, who has not read? Let's see. Shivangi, did you read?
Chandran uncle.
Okay, Mother Chandranti, read verse number 45 translation.
Hare Krishna, text 45. O my friend, please therefore chant the glories of the Lord, who is meant to be glorified in the place of pilgrimage. He is unborn and he appears by his causeless mercy upon the surrendered rulers of all parts of the universe. Only for their interest did he appear in the family of his unalloyed devotees of Yadavas. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so Vidura started the discussion by asking the well-being of all, starting with Krishna and Balram. And at the end, Vidura is saying to chant the glories of the Lord. Why? Because Vidura's mood is that Vidura has visited the holy places, and now I want to see the success of visiting the holy places by hearing the glories of the Lord. This is a very important point. The result of the holy places, taking bath, etc., will bear the result that I, Vidura, should hear the glories of the Lord more and more and more. So when we visit the holy places, it is not just to stay in a good place. Rather, go and associate with the sadhus. Then your visit will be successful. In the purport, in the last paragraph, the purpose of pilgrimage is described, that the purpose of pilgrimage is that it should result in hearing the glories of the Lord more and more. Gopal Krishna Prabhu, if you want to read the purport, last paragraph faster, please.
Hare Krishna. In every millennium,
No,
the
this
last
one.
paragraph, okay. The purpose of pilgrimages is to remember the Lord constantly, and therefore the Lord is known as Tirtha Kirti. The purpose of going to a place of pilgrimage is to get the chance to glorify the Lord. Even today, although times have changed, there are still pilgrimage sites in India. For example, in Mathura and Vrindavana, where we had a chance to stay, people are awake from early in the morning at 4 a.m. up until night time and are constantly engaged some way or other in chanting the holy glories of the Lord. The beauty of such a pilgrimage site is that automatically one remembers the holy glories of the Lord. His name, fame, quality, form, pastimes, and entourage are all identical to the Lord. And therefore, chanting the glories of the Lord invokes the personal presence of the Lord. Anytime or anywhere pure devotees meet and chant the glories of the Lord is present without any doubt. It is said by the Lord himself that he always stays where his pleasure devotees, his pure devotees chant his glories.
So the purpose of visiting the holy places is that it should result in hearing Krishna Katha more and more and more. I'll give you a live example. A devotee from one of the batches recently visited Vrindavan, and when he returned from his trip, this devotee never came back to the classes. I connected with the devotee, and of course the devotee had a personal situation which he had to take care of, which is understandable. But after the personal situation was resolved, this devotee still did not come back to the classes. So what was the purpose of visiting Vrindavan? Questions, comments, realizations, and if you all can please tolerate for a few more minutes, I have an important verse to cover as well. Are you all okay to please tolerate?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
The
Prabhu.
biggest realization out of this 45, to me at least, that when we visit the temple, we must focus on the Archaya Vigraha, because Lord always stays where pure devotees chant his glories. Hare Krishna.
Okay, very good. So we will, Gopal Krishna will read at a faster pace. I want Gopal Krishna Prabhu to go to Canto 3, Chapter 4, verse number 25 and 26 translations. And there is a very important point about the offense of maryada-vyatikrama. Gopal Krishna, 3.4.25 and 26 translation. So what has happened in this verse is, we just discussed that Vidura wants to hear Krishna Katha more and more. And Krishna has spoken, just before Vidura met Uddhava, Krishna has spoken another Bhagavad Gita. So this is the very last thing that Krishna has done before going back home to Goloka Vrindavan. Krishna has spoken another Gita to Uddhava. And while Krishna was speaking to Uddhava, another Rishi by the name of Maitreya Muni also happened to travel, and Maitreya Muni also heard the same instructions from Krishna directly. So even though Maitreya Muni is present, this Gita is known as Uddhav Gita. It is not known as Maitreya Gita, or it is not known as Uddhav and Maitreya Gita. No, because Krishna wanted to speak to Uddhava. It just so happened that for a reason that Maitreya Muni was passing by, and Maitreya Muni also heard the same instructions directly from Krishna. So Vidura has come to Uddhava saying, Krishna has given you instructions, which is known as Uddhav Gita. So you, Uddhava, become my spiritual master, and you please impart the knowledge onto me. And these two verses in 3.4.25 and 26 is Uddhava's response to Vidura. And it's a very important point explained about the offense of maryada-vyatikrama. Gopal Krishna?
Hare Krishna. 3.4.25 translation. Vidura said, O Uddhava, because the servants of Vishnu, the Lord, the wander in the interest of serving others, it is quite fit that you kindly describe the self-knowledge with which you have been enlightened by the Lord himself. Translation 26. Sri Uddhava said, you may take lessons from the great learned sage Maitreya, who is nearby and who is worshipable for reception of transcendental knowledge. He was directly instructed by the personality of Godhead while he was about to quit this mortal world.
Okay, 26 purport. Start reading and I'll stop you.
26, okay. Although one may be well versed in the transcendental science, one should be careful about the offense of maryada-vyatikrama, or impertinently surpassing a greater personality. According to the scriptural injunction, one should be very careful of transgressing the law of maryada-vyatikrama, because so doing one loses his duration of life, his opulence, fame, and piety, and the blessings of the law of all the world. To be well versed in the transcendental science necessitates awareness of the techniques of spiritual science. Uddhava, being well aware of all these technicalities of transcendental science, advised Vidura to approach Maitreya Rishi to receive the transcendental knowledge. Vidura wanted to accept Uddhava as his spiritual master, but Uddhava did not accept the post because Vidura was as old as Uddhava's father, and therefore Uddhava could not accept him as his disciple, especially when Maitreya was present nearby. The rule is that in the presence of a higher personality, one should not be very eager to impart instructions, even if one is competent and well-versed. So Uddhava decided to send an elderly person like Vidura to Maitreya, another elderly person, but he was well-versed also because he was directly instructed by the Lord while he was about to quit this mortal world. Since both Uddhava and Maitreya were directly instructed by the Lord, both had the authority to become the spiritual master of Vidura or anyone else. But Maitreya, being the elderly, had the first climb to becoming the spiritual master, especially for Vidura, who was much older than Uddhava. One should not be eager to become a spiritual master cheaply for the sake of profit and fame, but should become a spiritual master only for the service of the Lord. The Lord never tolerates the impertinence of maryada-vyatikrama. One should never pass over the honor due to an elderly spiritual master in the interest of one's own personal gain and fame. impertinence on the part of pseudo-spiritual masters is very risky to progressive spiritual realization.
Okay, so there's a very important point that you may be qualified to speak on spiritual subject matters, but don't jump ahead of elders. Vidura went to Uddhava, but Uddhava is teaching us, and in the purport we read that Uddhava is well versed. So if in the presence of senior devotees, don't show off yourself. It's a very important point about maryada-vyatikrama. Maryada means that you have respect for others. And therefore Uddhava sent Vidura to Maitreya Muni, and both Uddhava and Maitreya Muni were equally qualified to become spiritual master of Vidura, because both were instructed directly by Krishna himself. But because Vidura is elder and simultaneously Maitreya Muni is also present, who is also elder to Uddhava, and probably equal age to Vidura, therefore Uddhava said, no, I cannot become your spiritual master. It's a very important point that I just wanted to touch base briefly while the devotees from batch 3 are present here. I will pause here for any questions, comments, realizations. Although I had to leave a lot of time for revision, but we have went way over. I will pause here. Questions, comments, realizations? Okay, let me explain a couple of key points. From next Sunday, 29th October onwards, the month of Kartik starts. Kartik month is very dear to Krishna and is a very auspicious month. Any additional devotional services you do carries 1,000 times more benefit. So for example, I generally do one additional round. So I'm supposed to do 16 rounds every day. So I generally add one extra round during this month of Kartik. Plus, you all should also try to offer ghee lamp at your home temple or the temple every day, or as much as is possible. So I request the devotees from batch 3, what is going to happen to you all, that from next week, batch 3 devotees will join batch 4 classes. Instead of Sunday, the combined batch 3 and 4 classes will be on Saturdays, 11:30 a.m. Toronto time, which is 9 p.m. India time. Batch 3 devotees can sign out of the other WhatsApp groups, like some of you are in batch 3, batch 1, batch 2. If you don't plan to attend any of these, you should sign out, or you can let me know and I can remove you, so that you only get one message for batch 4. I will add all you batch 3 devotees to the batch 4 WhatsApp group. I think Prerna is already there in batch 4. The batch 4 Zoom link is different than the Zoom link that you have been using in batch 3. So today's Zoom link that you used will continue in batch 4, but in batch 3 you used to use a different Zoom link. From coming Saturday, so your classes will now be on Saturdays. From coming Saturday, 28th October onwards, in the combined batch 3 and 4, Bhagavad Gita chapter 18 will start. The initial part of the class will be on chapter 18, and later part will be revising Bhagavad Gita from chapter 1 onwards. We will let this revision for batch 4 devotees to do the presentations first, because these presentations are not done in batch 4. Coming Saturday, all devotees of batch 3 and 4 will prepare Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. 2 devotees from batch 4 are already scheduled to present Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. Because you all devotees from batch 3 have already done these Bhagavad Gita presentations multiple times, you all should be prepared to present any of the chapters if other devotees are not able to present for whatever reason. I will also explain the time change when we connect on Saturday at the combined batch 3 and 4. So the homework for batch 3 devotees is to prepare Bhagavad Gita chapter 1 as well as just have a quick refresh of chapter 17 that we completed few weeks back. So we'll have a recap of chapter 17 before we start Bhagavad Gita chapter 18. So as part of the revision in the combined batch 3 and 4, we will not be reading the translations. Devotees will simply present chapter 1 on coming Saturday and all weekends. Therefore, it is important for you all to come prepared, as well as come prepared with question and answers, and be prepared to do the presentations at short notice. Everybody on batch 3 okay? And those who want to continue this Srimad Bhagavatam study can please message me so I don't remove you inadvertently. And everybody on the same page? Questions, comments, realizations? So the homework for all the devotees in batch 1 and 2 who are continuing the Bhagavatam, you have 2 homework questions. First is list reasons why Lord Krishna did not chastise the Kauravas immediately after they insulted Draupadi in the assembly at Hastinapur. This comes from verse number 43, 3.1.43. And the second homework question is, read Canto 3, Chapter 2, that will cover next class. I did want to leave time for revision and the key points, but we all had so much important discussions and we ran out. We are already over. Whatever you suggest, I'm okay. Anyway, I will have to stop soon because I have to start the next class in about 15 minutes or so. Everybody?
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
All from batch
Hare
3, has
Krishna.
this been helpful for you all?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much for inviting us to join. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, we will stop here. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you.